What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year. Hope you had a fantastic holiday. I want to jump on here really quick and give you this simple way to make your resolutions into reality. So it's January, right? I'm going to relate this to fitness. The gyms are packed, but you'll notice by March, it starts to get empty again, right? So why is that? Why is everyone super excited and motivated to get their fitness goals now when they weren't last month or the month before, so on and so forth? A little bit has to do with your circumstances, but here's the reason why. So we have something called your RAS in your brain. It's at your brain stem, reticular activating system, and what this does is it filters out information. So we see things, we hear things, there's noise, there's all this stuff flooding our brains, and what this does is it's a filter. So it tucks away the stuff that's not so important, and we remember and we focus on the things that are important. What's interesting about this system is that you can control it and you can tell it exactly what to do. So the reason why everyone gets super excited and motivated to get back on their health and fitness goals is there's a loop that has ended. That loop is what 2016 is. Okay, so we turn the 6 into a 7 and a brand new loop starts. And what I mean by loop is that our brains, we never want to leave something undone. We want everything tied up in a nice little bow and finished. So here's a little trick that some of your favorite TV series use. Like I'll use The Walking Dead, for example. We watch that show. I'm addicted and I can't stop watching it. And here's why: because nothing ever gets resolved, right? So you'll get to one end of the season and there might be one thing that's resolved, but then they open up a whole new world of possibilities or something else that we're hanging on to for like 6, 7, 8 months. TV series do these all the time, and this is why they're so successful. Because they leave a loop open. Like, we don't know who's going to die. We don't know what's going to happen to our favorite character. So we have to wait, and then we've got to watch that new season to see what happens, right? And they do a great job of maybe tying up a little bit, but opening up a brand new loop for you, because your brain doesn't want to leave things undone. It wants things closed, finished, and then move on. And your RAS has a lot to do with that. So brand new year, just by changing the number, we begin a brand new loop. So things that didn't matter to us 3-4 months ago now are really important to us now, because a number has changed on the year that we have. So it's from a 6 to a 7, right? So here's what happens with your RAS. It filters things out. So whatever you focus on, that's what becomes your action. So if you focus on getting healthy, getting in shape, those brand new goals, then that's why the gyms are packed, right? For a couple of months. So why doesn't it last? It doesn't last because we make New Year's resolutions, which is too long. That's too long of an open loop, right? If you're going to watch a TV show and then a year goes by, you might lose interest in that. And so this is what happens. We lose interest in our goals, or things don't go exactly the right way, so we stop. Okay? So here's tip number 1. Don't make a yearly goal, make a quarterly goal. So what are you going to accomplish by the end of March? 90 days. It takes 21 days to build a habit. At least 1 month to see a cosmetic change in your physical being, in your fitness. And then it takes at least 3 months to not only see a change, but it gives you enough time to accomplish a significant goal, to accomplish something that you've been working on for a long time. So number 1, don't make New Year's resolutions, because they don't work, because they don't last. The loop is too long, okay? So close off, tie up that loop in a shorter period of time, so just 90 days. That's number 1. Number 2, it's very simple. Just tell yourself what you're going to do. Tell yourself that you are fit. Tell yourself that you are healthy. Tell yourself that you love the opportunity to go to a gym and work on yourself, because you love yourself and you are important. So simply just write those goals down. Write them down, but don't just write them down once. Okay, so a lot of people write down their New Year's resolutions, but they write them down once. They read them like 1 or 2 times, and then they forget. So what your RAS does in your brain is you may have written it down once, but it starts to block it out. So you're no longer focused on it. If you're no longer focused on it, you're focused on something else, and your attention drives somewhere else. And so your behaviors change. Okay, so you have to believe it first. If you don't believe it, and then you have to focus on it second, you got to believe it, you got to focus on it. A simple way to do that is just write it down and read it every single day. And then third, your behaviors will change. So belief, focus, and then behaviors. If you just try to lead with behaviors and go with that first, it will work for a short period of time. Your RIS will get distracted and you'll start focusing on other things. You'll focus on what you're comfortable with. Okay, you'll focus on how busy and crowded the gym is, and you'll focus on how such a pain it is to go work out, and you'll focus on this little nagging injury that's been holding you back, and you'll focus on how every other year you have not accomplished this goal, so why is this year going to be any different? Okay, so change that. First, you got to believe it. Second, just write it down, focus on it, read it, write it every single day, and then work on the behaviors. So you got to do steps 1 and 2 before you go to 3, and you will allow your reticulating activation system to work for you rather than against you. So it'll filter out the nonsense and will focus on the positivity and the good stuff. So hope that helps. If it did, leave a comment. Let me know if you have any questions. I am super excited for 2017. Thank you for taking the time to watch and listen. I appreciate you. Make it a great day.